Warning: the views and opinions expressed in this program are our own and/or those of our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our employers. Viewers' discretion is advised.
It's been a blast. It's been a blast. First season.
In the books.
This has not felt like work one time.
Sterling, what season are we coming into for the BDO show? I forget.
Oh, you know what? I'm trying to remember because this was the first season,
Cut.
so I think this is going to be season number
Cut.
2.
Season 2.
2, just like the 2% promotion that we're currently running at Bank First National Bank. And the show would not be what the show is without Krogi. It was a much needed addition.
And we were able to tap into an older demographic, too. We were able to reach.
Way older.
I was waiting on that.
Way older.
You got the shuffleboard crowd.
Our ratings.
Shuffleboard?
Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state. Make $1 million out to send me. Plus I grinded from the start. I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti, who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who?
We're going to a Dolphins game and a Heat game on Sunday. We're doing both.
Oh, so you guys are going Saturday to Sunday?
We're going Saturday night to Monday morning.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Sunday is our my wife's side of the family Thanksgiving, and it's one of my favorite time of year because we do a massive potluck, and I get to take pictures of all the food and send it to all my black friends that married white women and tell them that I get the black man Thanksgiving.
But I say, did you say your wife's side or your white side?
My wife's side. My wife's side.
Oh, your wife's side. Oh, okay. Didn't know which way we were going there.
The opposite.
Didn't know if the macaroni was baked or not.
Oh, the macaroni is really good.
Didn't know which.
I eat very well that day.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the final episode of season 1, 43rd episode of the BDO Show. I am here with my fellow co-hosts today, Alan Peterson, Ryan Krogi, Chris Hackney, and Sterling Birdsong. We're very excited to always have you here, obviously. We always want to remind everybody to like, subscribe, and share our episodes with whoever you want, and send over your topics and suggestions for season 2 to the BDO Show at artofsba.com. And don't forget to check out our whole family of shows, including SBA Today, which airs live every week on LinkedIn, as well as our flagship program, the Art of SBA Lending Podcast.
Since episode 1, we have been talking about education, educating yourself on your shop, your deal, and your vendor relationships. We literally just talked about this on episode 11, that choosing the right partners to work with is a critical part of your success as a BDO. And since you know we don't gatekeep around here, let's talk about a fan favorite. The guys have had nothing but good things to say about peak business valuation. I also decided to do my own investigation, and what I learned was that the last year alone, Peak did 1,100 SBA business valuations and turned them around in just 5 business days. Most importantly, they're easy to work with. The Peak team is always happy to jump on a call to discuss evaluation. They not only explain how they arrived at the concluded value, but are also open to receiving any new information that potentially changes the concluded value. The staff is knowledgeable, fast, professional, and the communication is top-notch. If you want to be the best, you have to work with the best. It's as simple as that. Reach out to Ryan at peakbusinessvaluation.com or call him at 435-359-2684. Let Peak Business Valuation help you build an SBA lending team that thrives.
Okay, so for today's episode, we are going to do a little bit of a look back over the last year of all the episodes, and we sort of compiled some of our top 5 favorite moments that either stood out, were feel good, and are educational. So boys, are you ready? Because I picked them out.
I'm excited to see what you picked. I've got no idea.
I'm always
what
ready.
You picked.
You know, secretly, we all kind of pooled and figured what you would pick, and we have bets laid down on them. So
You do? No, you don't.
Oh.
no, of course we don't.
Ain't no way. Okay, coming in at number 5, we have Krogi joining the show on episode 4.
That's the worst.
That's the
moment?
worst.
Not the worst moment.
That's the worst.
Oh, it's
It's
the
the
worst
worst
thing to
of
happen.
the
It's
best.
the least important of all the 5.
Whoa, look at that. Who snuck in the back door? Who snuck this
Look at
guy in the
Krogi's
Did you
hair.
just say I snuck in the back door?
Aaron's replacement.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
No, did he?
Anybody in here?
Dude, I got stage fright now.
I know, right? Is this Detroit?
I'm
Is this what the Detroit feels like?
Absolutely, man.
Oh man, I feel a slight terror, like a slight tremor.
Yeah, my heart's racing a little bit.
Heart's racing. Chris Hackney has a whole beard going on.
The good
Yeah,
news
why I-
is the good news about that clip is that the hairspray that I've been using to regrow the front of my hairline has been
You
working.
finally got like a brand.
It's like working. It's starting to get a little thicker
Yeah.
right here.
Because you
Yeah,
had like
we
a
see the comeback.
swoosh
I
going
had
on.
the swoosh going on, and it was like pulling me back, looking like Bozo the Clown. But I'm getting
What
thicker right here. I
One of
like
the
it.
reasons why I
Drop the link in
You
the
got
show
it, man.
notes. I mean, some of us
one of the reasons why I picked that episode, it's not the worst episode. It was just like out of all the 5, I wanted to get it in there, was because we started with a different crew when we first started recording. This wasn't the original crew. And then it was just me, Sterling, Chris, and Alan, and Ryan was just supposed to be a guest. And then we all vibed so well that he kind of just barged his way in, and we kind of kept the 5 of us going.
I mean, and the show would not be what the show is without Krogi. It was a much needed addition. You know,
Yeah.
It wasn't that necessarily we were not doing well without him, but I think that it's just the X factor that he brings to the table.
And we were able to tap into an older demographic too. We were able to reach
Way older.
I was waiting on that.
Way older.
You got the shuffleboard crowd.
our ratings.
Shuffleboard?
Our viewership between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. That increased because of those that might be at home.
Ryan, I remember you and I were talking, and I think it was probably at the BDO retreat maybe, and we were just kind of getting to know each other. And, some of your story, I remember going like, whoa, that's wild. Like, I didn't realize that you'd been around, you've done so much. And you're like, really? I'm like, dude, that's really cool. And you're like, oh, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like,
What's crazy
unassuming.
Because
is
Krogi's
that,
never been called cool before.
I haven't. It's been forever.
what's crazy is that neither me or Krogi were actually supposed to be on this show.
Right.
yeah.
We were both
That's right.
aftermarket
That's right.
additions to the BDO show. And
Yeah.
now, if I say so myself, Krogi, I think we kind of carry this whole thing.
I think we do, Sterling. I think the best show is
well,
just
for the
you and
record-
I when we've done the 2 of them together.
No. If you check the stats, the best show is Krogi and I on breaking into the BDO role. 207.
That's actually a pretty good show.
Besides the Jared Johnson.
Let's not forget about
I mean,
the Art of
Jared
SBA
Johnson.
Lending Podcast, episode 72,
Which
which is still
Yes.
the highest watch on the family of shows. That would be my interview.
I play on repeat. On
Playing right
Saturdays
now in my
to
other
get the
room.
views up. He's got bots.
He's got his
He's
daughter
got
on a
a
mouse,
bot
like,
for
keep
playing
clicking
that
play.
episode. Yeah.
Number 4, this was kind of my favorite, was one of my favorites, obviously, is when Sterling said, go find you some money. That's like been my favorite since he said it. Episode 21.
My advice to you guys is just, man, go out there and find yourself some money.
Go get
Like
you
what
some money.
Ryan said, don't concern yourself with
That was
things
definitely
about
after
what
loan
you're
committee.
doing. Just go out there and find yourself some money, because the money is going to make things a lot easier for you. I know money's not everything. That's a dream that they sell you. Oh, be passionate, do all this fun stuff. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, you're going to have problems in life no matter what. You're going to have problems if you have the money, and you're going to have problems if you don't have the money. The problems that I have
Look
with
at
the money
Krogi's
are a
tan.
whole lot nicer than the
Look at
problems
that.
I had when I didn't. Okay? It's nice knowing that there's a roof over my head. It's nice knowing I can get the extra Chipotle, guacamole.
I don't know if Sterling's
And I don't want to have to worry about the little things.
He's a
in life.
polo pimp.
I'm telling you right now, go get yourself a
Yeah.
sales job. Whether you're not, you got to sell
The Vineyard
solar.
Vines.
I met some guys selling solar that are making like $200,000, $300,000 a year.
Door to door.
Get solar panels,
It's not
man.
that bad, man.
Knock
I'm telling
them
you.
doors.
If you want to get out there and you
This is
really
not a
wanna
sketchy
hustle,
episode at
Oh,
all.
there's a job that will take you.
This was the advice for college students. No, this
Oh,
is the
man,
advice
that
for
was-
recent graduates. Go get you some money.
Sell solar panels.
Yeah,
Go
and
sell
Ryan
solar
is-
panels. Get yourself some money.
Ryan just got
And
done
we
playing
had,
beer pong at a cabin, and he was sunburned. He had bourbon.
I was sunburned
I
and
was at
so
Disney.
hungover from the day.
Yeah, you were on
I was at
vacation.
the Polynesian bungalows at Disney World at that one as well. That was, I had
That's
some
right.
And my backlighting must have been off that day. It was giving real hostage video vibes, but
He's like, go get you money.
Go get yourself some money.
Go get money. Go
There's some
secure
guy
the
with a script in the back.
Get out there right
Make
now.
sure- Listen, and the words still ring true till this day. If you're listening to this podcast for 43 episodes and you haven't got yourself some money yet, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're not taking our advice, that's for sure.
Hit pause and go get yourself some money.
Get yourself
That's right.
some money. T-shirt material right there.
43 episodes, you should know how to go get some money.
At this point, yes. All right, number 3. I loved this one. I wasn't even on the episode. I don't know if any of you can guess what number 3 is going to be when I wasn't there. Tom Zernick talking about glizzies on episode 20.
Oh, Glizzy Gobbler.
Oh,
Glizzy Goblin. I
yeah.
love that episode.
Lizzie Gillespie.
Glizzy Gillespie.
Glizzy Gillespie.
One more quick Michigan thing. Can you please tell these guys about Michigan Coney dogs? About how good Coney dogs are up here? How big they are. How big they are.
Well, yeah. First of all, I don't know what's inside a Coney dog, but Kogel Franks had their processing plant over near Flint, Michigan, over by the airport. And I grew up in Jackson in Michigan in my banking career early on. And we had
And Chris
the
had no idea
best
what
Coney
we were
Island
saying.
places in the world.
No.
And
Well, I
they
could
would
hear
smother
him.
and cover. So they'd be the Coney with chili sauce and onions and melted cheese. And I remember when I was a drive-up window teller, we had the Coney Island right next door. And the guy would bring all the cash in to deposit. And I would smell like a Coney dog.
You should bottle this
after I
up for him.
processed his deposit, counting all the money up. And I always got so
Onions and
hungry.
chili.
And that's probably why I look like I look today. Love those Coneys.
Smothered
Something
and
else.
covered. Smothered and
I was
covered.
sitting in the airport with a delayed flight, just having huge FOMO. Like, man, I could have made this episode. It was so good. It was
That
so
was
good.
awesome.
The Coney dog.
Have you guys ever? So,
love it.
have you people from Florida? Have you ever had a Coney?
Yeah, so I'm from the Northeast.
No.
originally.
I don't think
Yes,
I've had
I
a hot dog, but
So
no,
Hackney
not
and
a
Sterling
true
have never had
dog.
Coney. So the next time I come down to Florida, or if I see when I see you guys in Arizona, I'm gonna bring some nice warm ones from the place up in here in Syracuse. I'm gonna make you eat them.
Yeah, just be the woman on the airplane with the bag full of hot dogs. I mean, that's a good look. And it's
That's
gonna
a
make for
great
a
look.
great flight.
That's a great smell too, with the
From-
mustard and the chili and the
From
onion.
Syracuse to Arizona.
To Arizona,
It's
to
a
Phoenix.
Hot dog.
I'm sure those are going to hold up great on
they're-
that 4-hour
Yeah,
flight.
direct flight.
The stewardess is like, "What's your freight?" And I'm like, "Coney hot dogs." I don't know.
check them in your luggage. That's a check bag. moment.
Okay.
Make
so
some friends for sure.
number 2, we're getting down to the last 2, which is absolutely one of the ones that kind of set us to start challenging our listeners and our new BDOs. We're going to go with Alan challenging the audience on episode number 1 to just start making calls and put yourself out there.
He was on LinkedIn and he goes, it's been a while since I've done
Chris
business
is
development or
weird.
outreach
Bring
via
it.
phone, and I'm
Yeah.
challenging myself
Wintertime.
to make,
Yeah,
I don't remember the number of dials, but it was maybe 40 or 50. I don't remember the exact number. And then he did it, and over the course of a couple of weeks, and then he challenged other lenders,
good
and it was
stand,
like, now
too.
I'm challenging, Chris or Sean or whoever. Can we bring that back? Should we do that?
We should. Let's do it right now.
Episode 3?
If anybody in the business is hearing this or seeing it, or however you're consuming
Dale's got
this,
to come over too.
this is a serious challenge. I want you to call 10 total strangers on the phone today and ask them for their business.
10 total strangers.
Do it.
Love
And
that.
when you figure out how it goes,
too.
find me on
Damn.
LinkedIn and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to help you hone your approach if need
Alan, I
be.
miss your
I
cheeks.
called the broker on Friday. He picked up. It was Friday at 6:30 p.m. I'm still
Love that.
doing this stuff, guys. I
Love
didn't
that.
stop doing that. I'm still hitting that LinkedIn max all the time, man. I love this. I can't help it. The broker's like, hello, this is hey, I'm Alan Peterson with First Internet Bank. We're national. Hyper focused on the acquisition space. I'm calling because I see that you're really active in social media. I have to assume that you're getting good results there. You're busy, and I want your business. You can say something that simple, and that direct approach went over extremely well because I'll tell you what, I was the only guy that called him at 6:30 on a Friday and said straight up, I want your business.
Straight up. And I think that is where we really started honing in on telling people, because that was our first episode and it was the first time we're all together and we all have different personalities. And when Alan did that, that was like, it just very much stood out to many people, I thought, and it made a lasting impression.
I'm curious to how many people actually did that challenge. How many
I was just about to ask that.
Call 10 total strangers the next day or ever in any given day. I mean, only right?
They probably picked up the phone, though, if we're being honest. They probably made a call or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 that they would not have. I don't know if they probably did the true 10, but it inspired people to pick up the phone. No phone phobia.
After I went back and watched that episode, it challenged me to go and call 10 people that I didn't know. Unfortunately, I got the numbers off of bathroom stalls. And so I did not get the desired response that I wanted.
I had a younger up and coming BDO that I kind of look out for, and there's a couple of them in that camp, and he's like, Alan, I made my 10 calls. In my head, I'm like, no, you didn't.
You doubted him.
Lying.
What if he actually did? What if you gave him
like
such inspiration to go and make the 10 calls, and then you're like, you did not.
Well,
you did not.
Nah, if he really called 10, he should have called 20.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1 for me was our in-person episodes. I thought that those were probably the highlight of the season for us, especially to all be together, just to be together in the same room.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to do it again. It's going to be so exciting.
Phoenix?
We're going to, no, Scottsdale.
Oh,
Right.
Isn't that by Phoenix? It's all Arizona. Isn't the entire state just nicknamed Phoenix?
Yeah.
Probably.
And everyone just goes, it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
Scorpion bites don't last long. Man, it's still a freaking bug that you can see through its guts and it just stings you. No, I'm good on the scorpion stuff. Everything in Arizona,
like weird curved butt. I'm all set.
Ooh, curved butt. Everything in Arizona was designed to kill you. Okay, so that's God's way of saying, don't come here. Stay away.
What is there like?
Go
The
away.
heat,
It's like
the
Australia.
bobcats, mountain
It's
lions.
America's Australia.
Yeah,
It is America's
That's what I was
Australia.
thinking.
Yeah, but in Australia, there's like outback weirdos. They'll get you. It's not just the animals you got to be worried about. It's people.
There's some weirdos from Arizona too. Shout
I
out
was
to
about to
Mike
say, have you
Collins.
ever been to Lake Havasu? I mean, come
No,
on,
but
it's
I
like
wanna
covered
go.
with no.
Or
you
watch
don't.
the Waste Management Championship.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Oh, I do want to go watch the Waste Management
That'd be a
Championship. That
blast.
looks like a blast.
we should do live from there. I wonder if we could get in. Well, this is a clip that we chose from one of the live episodes.
It didn't end up getting done because the buyer and the seller it's relevant. But it was interesting because when I was pitching it to our chief credit officer, it was a drug and alcohol rehab center. And I explained to him that I think that because of all the liquor stores in Detroit this bank has financed, we technically should be doing the rehab piece too.
That's a great
Based on the average.
And he's like, if
I had
it's
a
in
lot of
Detroit,
angle
then
out
we'd be
that day.
directly be helping the same people that were poisoning on all those Krogi deals.
They did get your deal that
But
way.
it had no.
In a credit committee, this guy casually goes, well, and he's presenting, and this guy presents great, and he's like, da-da-da-da. And by the way, I mean, let's not forget that, statistic shows 7 out of 10 homes brought in a pet, and now they're going back to the office. We got to put the pets in the pet hotel.
I was a specialist at the time.
But he was,
it was a true
that was
fact.
veterinarian
But
at
even if
Jason.
It wasn't a true fact.
Specialized in cat cafes?
No, veterinarian.
No, me and him.
There's only one person who's sitting here who's in a cat cafe, and that's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one.
You did one too.
I got one too.
Paid as agreed.
Paid as agreed.
There you go.
Actually, bad news on that one, guys.
Paid as agreed.
I guess so. The moral of the
This is my
story is, and
favorite
I've been
line.
waiting to say this, I'll hold the button up for after I say it, is you catch more flies, or you catch more...
Catch more flies?
You catch more flies with honey,
Honey,
but you
yeah.
catch more honeys being fly.
Yes, honey.
And that's it.
I almost messed up.
I haven't heard that second part. I'm going to have to cop that.
Cop that.
Where's the
Oh my
SBA Riz God when you need him?
Man.
Upstate New York.
SBA Riz God.
Oh man, I can't wait to be in person with you guys.
And do you
for
want to know how many
episodes.
times I've repeated that?
0.
Yeah, that's true.
The live episodes are fun.
Agreed.
And this is a good time to maybe promote that we are going to be doing some more live episodes. We'll be filming some here in about a month. So
that's right.
That's something to look forward to in the new year to kick off maybe the new season.
I know. And the new season is going to heavily rely on your guys' input. You heard the first season. You know what we can share. You know what's up in these guys' brains and what they've done. So we really do need your input, and we need everybody to write in and tell us what you want to hear, or if there's anything specific. And don't be afraid. We'll never call you out by name. Well, and I think a lot of things are going to change here in the next year with, SBA lending, and it after every year, everything gets different. And, just how to approach the new year, how to really manage a pipeline in, January, like we've already chatted about all this. So I think that we're going to get more write-ins for sure for season 2. So
for season 2, we need some get yourself some money merch.
Get yourself some money.
That's what the streets really need.
Maybe we need money clips that say "Get yourself some money."
Yeah, we need some hats.
Or maybe just a money clip that says "Feed me." That would pause. Feed me.
I actually kind of like
Feed
that.
me, Seymour.
Yep.
Get you some money so you can throw
It's
the
like
money.
feed me, Seymour.
It's hard to throw it if you ain't got it. You gotta acquire that first.
Do you want to make it rain or do you want to make it hail? That's going to be the difference between a producer and a non-producer.
Lord, I make it do something when I get out there.
Base riders.
You make it wiggle.
So, guys, if you learned nothing else from these first 43 episodes in this first season, it's go get yourself some money.
Go get yourself some
Work hard. Call 10 people, and the rest will take care of itself.
And don't use glizzies as a networking event.
Paid as agreed.
But it
And
kinda
never
worked.
invite
It's
someone
been a
to
blast.
Glizzy's
It's been a
I know.
blast. First
for a
season.
networking event.
First season.
In the books.
This has not felt like work one time. I was worried about that. Oh, this is such an interruption to the day. I'm sure we all were, but it's been such a pleasure getting to chat with y'all for an hour each week. This has been a highlight.
Or
It's been
more.
a lot of fun.
Let's do it again.
Because everyone's late all the time. For everybody listening,
Or hour.
someone's always late. None of us are ever on time. And the amount of editing.
Imagine if Madison put together a blooper show of just a lot of our outtakes.
That's
I have a feeling it's coming.
Because sometimes I'm just sitting
We
here
would be
talking and I'm
unemployed.
talking a lot of trash and I look up and I recognize that the record button is on. I'm like, oh, maybe I should have said that.
And
Yeah, we
honestly,
wouldn't be
as
employed
always,
anymore.
shout out Madison for being there for
Always a
all of
shout
us.
out to
She's made us look so good, and that
Yes.
is not easy to do. So thank you, Madison. Shout out.
And thanks to Ray, too,
Madison.
for putting this together.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Ray Drew.
Big
I-
shout out
Yeah,
to Ray
Ray
Drew.
Drew.
I
Yeah.
text-
Drew.
BDO Show.
I sent
SBA
Ray
Ray.
a text. I said, this year for Thanksgiving, as I reflect on the year, I'd like to express my gratitude for the Art of SBA Lending podcast and the family of shows, including the content store. And you know what he said back? He left me on red. But you know what?
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Shocker.
Ray Drew.
Stop.
And thanks for everything.
Oh, Hackney has a little Hackney bobblehead. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, back when he had a beard
The press. It's coming back. I think I realized the beard needs to come
just
back.
now.
but,
Oh, it's got a red bottom too. Fancy.
Yeah. So
Um,
let's do it. This was great.
season 2 coming at you live.
Well, now it's the holiday season. It's time to eat, drink, be merry, and more importantly, thank all of those who have supported us as BDOs, our tribe, our back room, our subscribers, everybody, man. It's time to thank them for everything that they've done. So we appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah.
And from Ryan Krogi, happy Kwanzaa.
Yes. Happy Kwanzaa.
Hey, we're still paying two
Hey,
first.
December
None of that in
Still
season
paying
2.
December
Still paying
26th,
two,
I will
still
be
paying
donning my dashiki, and I will be out there celebrating Kwanzaa with all of you guys.
Photos.
Sterling, what
Sitting
season
by
are
the
we coming-
fire.
What season are we coming into for the BDO show? I forget.
Oh, you know what? I'm trying to remember because this was the first season,
Cut.
so I think it's going to be season number
Cut.
2.
Season 2.
2, just like the 2% promotion that we're currently running at Bay First National Bank. Sterling.birdsong@creditbench.com if
What?
you would like 2%.
What a Nerf ball toss, Al.
Get it
Look
in.
at you,
Subject
dude.
to,
Get it
restrictions.
in. Buzzer beater.
No,
We're in the
Hey,
fourth
pricing
quarter.
about
I'm about to
Oh.
be. I'm about to be on the road with these guys.
I'm
going
gonna
to
hit this
PR I
shot.
can get.
In the fourth quarter. This shot in the fourth quarter is worth 2. Okay?
Loser. I can't wait to kick you guys both in the back
Love
of the
you guys.
knees for doing this.
Oh, and thanks Sterling for the shout out today on the your story saying Happy Kwanzaa, Krogi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why is Sterling
He's our
tagging
only-
me in this? Oh.
He's our only Kwanzaa participant. He's the only person I ever knew in my entire life that celebrates Kwanzaa. So
I didn't know it was still around. It's still a thing.
he's the only one.
I'm glad it is.
Thank God for Krogi. All right, boys. Thank you so much for a great first season. We're really excited for season 2. To all of our supporters, everybody that was there for the LinkedIn post, reposting us, sending us in topic suggestions, everything, and especially the families behind the scene who are just like giving these guys, you know, a gentle push to keep going. It's always great to have support in every direction of our lives. So thank you. We'll see you at season 2. Don't forget to check out SBA today and The Art of SBA. Any
go.
suggestions for coming up? The BDO Show. I'll never get it right. And we've had a whole season. The BDO Show at artofsba.com. And we will see you next time.